Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the Flaming Carrot, issue number 2 from Mirage Comics. So this came out December 1993, and we start off immediately where the last issue ended. So we have the turtles staring at a bunch of bright lights coming towards their way, and in the last issue it kind of made it seem like there was more of these green fire people, but actually it turns out to be the Mystery Men's aircraft. So the Mystery Men are arriving at the scene, and their bright lights are the lights that the turtles saw in the last issue. And it turns out that there's something wrong with their plane. They're losing altitude. A lot of the men jump out and bail. Only the Mystery Men stay behind. So I guess there's actually a full crew in there minus the Mystery Men. But they're somehow able to manually get the wings to work in a way that they're able to fly, and they land somewhere near camp. So the turtles, Blade and Professor Daub, don't know who is inside this plane. They think it might be enemies, so they decide to put out their campfire and go out and hide in the woods and basically try to do guerrilla warfare on these guys, like just try to take them out using ninja tactics. And so the Mystery Men, they land and they all spread out trying to see what's going on, where the research people can be. And that's when we get our Turtles versus the Mystery Men moment. So pretty much every single crossover has to have this moment. It's basically become a crossover trope where you have the two characters, the two leads from the crossover, come across each other. They assume that the other one's the bad guy. They fight each other, and then eventually they realize they're on the same team and they work together. Happens in basically every single crossover. So that's what we get. And unfortunately, it seems like the Mystery Men get the upper hand on the Turtles more often than not. And then I was kind of looking at the writer. It's like, oh, the writer is Bob Burden. He's the guy who created the Flaming Carrot and the Mystery Men. So obviously he's probably going to put his men in a bigger light over the Turtles. It's not as bad or as one-sided. But yeah, basically, like anytime the Turtles try to sneak attack someone from the Mystery Men basically turn the tables and are able to get the Turtles back. So I was kind of like, all right, whatever. Why is it that every time I read a crossover, my favorite characters always end up on the losing end? Even when it's a crossover where like they're the main characters, they still end up losing. I don't know why. But yeah, so they fight each other till eventually Raphael comes across the Flaming Carrot. And even though the Turtles don't know the Mystery Men and the Mystery Men don't know the Turtles do know the Flaming Carrot and vice versa. How? I don't know. I have no idea if they've actually met each other in a previous issue. The Turtles maybe made an appearance in the Flaming Carrot issue. Or if this is just something like, in universe and we just have to go along for the ride. But anyways, the rest of the Turtles meet up with the rest of the Mystery Men and they all realize they're on the same team. And they kind of debrief each other on what's been going on. And they realize, hey, these flaming green dudes, like the green fire, maybe we should try to capture one of them. Like, well, like how the hell are we going to do that? That's when one of them, Mr. Furious, is like, well, why don't we use everything we have? Like, we have a bunch of nets, trip snares, pits, knockout gas, stun grenades. We got everything. We can basically pile up a bunch of green flares, light it on fire so that, we get this big giant green fireball. And maybe that'll attract the other green firemen. Maybe the other green fire will like see that and think it's one of their own and, come over, and then that's how we capture them. Everyone goes and spreads out and they all get ready. They light up a huge pile of green flares. There's a huge green fireball. And all of a sudden they see a bunch of the green firemen showing up. And it's like a lot of them. Yeah, basically they all start rushing at the Turtles and the Mystery Men. And that's when we get a scene straight out of Predator. Remember how I said in the last issue this series reminded me of a lot of Predator? Well, the further we go into the series, the more it does remind me like more and more of Predator. So we get basically the famous Predator scene where Arnold and all his men are just firing wildly into the forest, trying to like hope that they hit this thing, the Predator. That's basically what we get here. We get Mr. Furious not launching, but he's like using a Gatling gun, like a mounted Gatling gun. He starts firing into the fire people. Mike jumps out, like he yells like a madman with a flamethrower attached to him, and he rushes out and he starts flaming the green fire people. And at first he thinks, oh sweet, maybe this is working, fire fighting fire with fire. But then he realizes that the flames just made the fire people even bigger. And I was like, yeah, attacking fire with fire probably does not sound like a really good idea. I don't know why you thought that would be. But yeah. So the thing gets huge. Donatello yells for Michelangelo to run back into cover. And then that's when they tell the mystery man, like, you got to shoot it in the heart. There's this thing there, and if you hit it, it kills him. So Mr. Furious shoots with his rifle, and he hits it, and it basically kind of goes out like a balloon. That's when they realize that there's even more of these fire people, and then a huge line of them start charging in at the turtles and the mystery man. And the mystery men basically grab all their guns, and they give a giant war cry, and they just start shooting into this mass of fire people, and that's when the issue ends. Yeah, like I said, something straight out of Predator, where it's basically this entire issue was pretty much the turtles fighting the mystery men, working together, and then the infamous scene from Predator. That's pretty much what this entire issue was. So, yeah, it was enjoyable. Again, this is like really just nitpicky on my end, but I'm tired of every time I read a crossover, my favorite character always gets one-upped by whoever they're in the crossover with. Whether it's Batman and the Shadow, whether it's the Turtles and Savage Dragon, the Turtles and Batman, the Turtles and the Flaming Carrot and the Mystery Men. It's like, can I have a crossover where my favorite characters actually come out on top? Why is it that they always got to be the ones that lose or made to look weaker? Other than that, this was a good action issue. No story really. We don't really get much going on. Like the first issue set up everything. Like set up like, here's the mission, here's what we need to do, here's the location, and then they show up and we get a bunch of like questions like, what's going on, where are the people, who are these firemen, and now this second issue is, all right, we're gonna fight this thing. This is basically just a big action issue. And then the third will probably be maybe the fallout from that, or continue with the action. And then the fourth can be the fallout and then solving the mystery. I guess we'll find out in the next 2 issues. But yeah, there you go. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Flaming Carrot, issue number 2. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, I did. I liked it. It was good. It was fun. The Mystery Men are a bit too goofy for my tastes. I'm not sure if they're like, I would say they're not like a comic I can really get behind. They're just a little bit too wacky. Like, I mean, we have one where they're trying to figure out how they're gonna stop the fire people, and the Flaming Carrot decides to set up a lemonade stand because he thinks, oh, maybe they'll be thirsty and we can capture them that way. It's like randomness like that. It's like unfunny Deadpool, which I guess is a current day Deadpool. But yeah, that's basically what it is. It's just like, oh, look at me, I'm so wacky and funny and random, aren't I hilarious? And it's like, no, you're kind of annoying. Then again, like, I'm one of those people where it's like, it's okay to have like dumb characters, but there's a point. Like once it gets to the point where they're just like too dumb, it becomes so freaking annoying. And the Mystery Men are really edging on that annoyance level. Like they're okay in this issue, but that's mostly because the turtles are kind of carrying them. Like if this was just a straight up Flaming Carrot and the Mystery Man issue, and the turtles were not in it whatsoever, I would not have continued with this, just because I don't care for the whole randomness. Like I'm not really, like, I like almost any kind of humor, and even random humor can be funny, but this is just random stupid humor. This is just, hey, I'm gonna set up a lemonade stand. Ha ha ha! Isn't this funny? Isn't this quirky? Aren't I hilarious? And yeah, it's just like, okay, whatever. And yeah, we have Screwball. I guess there was a kind of a funny moment. Screwball realizes that the turtles are naked. And he's like, oh man, I'm running around with a bunch of naked heroes. And it's like, yeah, technically you are. But yeah, we had some of the craziness, randomness in the first issue, and it's just it's I don't know. It doesn't do it for me. Maybe it does for you, but for me, it doesn't work. But yeah, there you go. Like I said, the Turtles kind of saved this issue. But there's issue number 2. We got 2 more to go, and then we can jump into the main run. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope to see you next time. Take care, everybody. Later. So what'd you guys think of that video? Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe, hit that bell for a notification, leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And if you didn't enjoy the video, thank you for watching it this far, and I hope the next video is more to your liking. Feel free to check out the playlist that you guys see, and I hope to see you guys next time. Later.